On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Rainforest.
A forest rich in biodiversity that is generally found in tropical settings with heavy annual rainfall.
Examples:
Rainforest destruction. Tropical rainforest. The destruction of the rainforest is a ticking time bomb for the Earth.
Temperate.
Mild or moderate in temperature or climate, exhibiting self-restraint, particularly about the consumption of food, drink, or other indulgences, showing moderation or restraint in behavior or attitude.
Examples:
Temperate grassland. Temperate behavior. The temperate climate of the region made it an ideal vacation spot.
Realm.
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
Public realm. Beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Redwood.
A type of large evergreen tree native to North America that can grow up to 360 feet in height and have a reddish-colored bark and durable wood used for construction and furniture making.
Examples:
Redwood forest. Old-growth redwood. The tall redwood trees towered over us as we hiked through the forest.
Sequoia.
A huge evergreen tree that is native to California and has a straight trunk and a narrow, conical crown, which is a type of redwood.
Examples:
A giant sequoia. Sequoia National Park. The sequoia tree is known for its massive size and long lifespan.
Organism.
A tiny living thing.
Examples:
Aerobic organism. Group of organisms. A diversified plant species generally enhances beneficial organism populations.
Midtown.
The central area of a city or town, typically a busy commercial or business district.
Examples:
Midtown traffic. Midtown coffee shop. The conference is being held in Midtown Manhattan.
Drill.
A tool or machine used for making round holes or driving fasteners, a training or practice.
Examples:
The drill hit the well. Fire drill. Several military drill programs have become popular methods of exercise.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Hollow.
Having a hole, empty space inside, or indentation on the surface.
Examples:
Have hollow legs. Hollow sound. The tree had a hollow trunk, which made it easy for animals to take shelter inside.
Roughly.
Approximately, but not precisely, with a violent manner.
Examples:
Roughly explain my idea. Roughly speaking. 5 miles is roughly similar to 8 kilometers.
Suspect.
To consider anything to be true or probable.
Examples:
Suspect a plot. Suspect that he is sick. The cops suspected him of being the killer.
Dreadnought.
A type of battleship that was heavily armored and heavily armed, metaphorically, something large, impressive, or powerful.
Examples:
Historic dreadnought. The dreadnought's advanced weaponry. The dreadnought battleship dominated the naval fleet during World War I.
Intense.
Especially of a feeling, very strong, extremely sharp or severe.
Examples:
Intense heat. Develop intense itching. That statement by the Prime Minister drew intense international criticism.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Liquidate.
To settle accounts and pay off debts, often by selling off assets. To eliminate or get rid of something completely.
Examples:
Liquidate debt. Liquidate a company. The company had to liquidate its assets due to bankruptcy.
Clear-cut.
Defined or delimited sharply and distinctly, easily seen or understood, without ambiguity or confusion.
Examples:
Clear-cut evidence. Clear-cut definition. The clear-cut instructions made the task simple and easy to follow.
Primeval.
Relating to or existing at the earliest ages, ancient, primitive, or prehistoric.
Examples:
Primeval forests. Archaic primeval cultures. The cave paintings offer a glimpse into primeval human art.
Remains.
The leftover parts or pieces of something that have been destroyed, removed, or consumed. The physical or biological remains of a deceased person, plant, animal.
Examples:
Remains of a building. Human remains. The remains of the ancient civilization can still be seen in the city's ruins.
Intact.
Undamaged and complete.
Examples:
Intact brain. Intact forest land. Despite the scandals, his reputation remained intact.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
chain reaction, supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
String.
Long, thin material used for tying things together, composed of several twisted threads.
Examples:
retie the string and make it strong. Tense piano strings. She wore a string of pearls around her neck.
Pearl.
A hard, roundish object found within the shells of certain mollusks and used as a gem.
Examples:
a cultured pearl. Pearl beyond price. She wore a pearl necklace passed down to her from her grandmother.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Fragment.
A small piece or part broken off or detached.
Examples:
fragment of a text. A broken fragment. The archaeologist carefully pieced together the tiny fragments of pottery found at the dig site.
Explore.
To travel to or penetrate an area or a country to learn about it, to thoroughly examine a subject or a possibility to learn more about it.
Examples:
explore the world. Explore our options. The management must explore strategies to increase office security.
Incredibly.
In a way that is very difficult to believe, exceedingly or extremely.
Examples:
incredibly cheerful character. Get incredibly insecure. Several cities are experiencing incredibly high unemployment rates.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
a scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Tap.
To hit someone or something quickly, gently, and often repeatedly, to use existing resources, such as energy, knowledge, etc.
Examples:
Tap a new market. Tap keyboard with an index finger. To expand the company, we must tap new human resources.
Diameter.
The length of a straight line passing through the center of a circle and connecting 2 points on the circumference.
Examples:
Diameter of an oval. A particle diameter. Draw a circle 5 centimeters in diameter.
Breast.
Either of the 2 round soft parts of a woman's chest which secrete milk after childbirth.
Examples:
Breast cancer. The mountain's breast. He grilled the breast meat of a chicken.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples:
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Extend.
To broaden in scope, range, or area.
Examples:
Extend the warranty. Extend a line. Her visit will extend from Monday to Friday.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Upward.
Toward the top or highest point, or a higher position or level. Adjective, extending or moving toward a higher place.
Examples:
Look upward. Demonstrate an upward trend. The company adjusted the revenue upward.
Articulate.
To express oneself clearly and effectively in spoken or written language.
Examples:
Articulate his position. Eloquently articulate. She was able to articulate her argument in the debate clearly.
Stately.
Characterized by grandeur, dignity, or impressive elegance, majestic or imposing in appearance or manner.
Examples:
Stately procession. Stately manner. The bride entered the stately staircase while everyone looked on in awe.
Pace.
The speed at which someone or something moves, or the rate at which something happens or changes.
Examples:
At your own pace. The runner's pace. The economy is growing at a supercharged pace.
Motionless.
Without movement or motion, completely still.
Examples:
Motionless figure. Motionless body. The wounded soldier lay motionless on the battlefield waiting for medical attention.
Constantly.
All the time.
Examples:
A constantly innovative enterprise. A constantly varying mind. The mobile application industry is constantly changing.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Seed.
A small, hard, often round, a reproductive structure that contains a plant's genetic material and is capable of growing into a new plant.
Examples:
A seed coat. Seed money. He planted the seed in the soil and waited for it to sprout.
Monarch.
A person who rules a country, such as a king or queen.
Examples:
An absolute monarch. Monarch butterflies. She came from a commoner background, but eventually became the monarch of that country.
Dwell.
To live or reside in a particular place, to think, speak, or write at length on a particular subject, to linger or remain as if unwilling to leave.
Examples:
Dwell on a problem. Dwell on the past. I love to dwell in nature and feel its calming effects on me.
Grove.
A small group of trees growing closely together.
Examples:
A bamboo grove. Citrus grove. They walked through the grove of trees and admired the natural beauty.
Titanic.
Of or having a great size, power, or influence, of or relating to titanium, equals a light, strong gray, lustrous, corrosion-resistant metallic element.
Examples:
Titanic battle. Titanic compound. The Titanic ship sank on its maiden voyage.
Overhead.
The expense of maintaining something that is involved in operating a business, such as rent and heating. Adverb, above your head, in the sky.
Examples:
Overhead capital. A cloud passing overhead. This merger will help them reduce overhead costs substantially.
Unseen.
Not seen or noticed, not perceived.
Examples:
Unseen danger. An unseen force. The consequences of the pandemic remain unseen as scientists continue to research the virus.
Principal.
Most important, main, or chief.
Examples:
Principal actor. Principal responsible. The principal reason for the company's success is its innovative products.
Explorer.
A person who travels to places where no one or few people have been before to find out what is there.
Examples:
Team of explorers. A polar explorer. Aboriginal people killed the explorer who entered the sacred land for them.
Canopy.
A covering, typically of fabric, supported on poles or suspended above a bed, throne, or other object, used to shelter or screen the person or object below it.
Examples:
Canopy layer. Under a canopy of smoke. The forest's canopy provides shade and protection for the plants and animals below.
Athlete.
A person who competes in one or more sports that involve physical strength, speed, or endurance.
Examples:
Become a professional athlete. High school athletes. His dream is to become an Olympic athlete.
Ecology.
The study of the relationships between living organisms, including humans, and their physical environment.
Examples:
Science of ecology. The ecology of the island. Many companies are now enthusiastically embracing the knowledge of ecology for sustainable development.
Reed.
A tall, slender-leaved plant that grows in water. A thin strip of wood or metal that vibrates to produce sound in certain musical instruments such as oboe, clarinet, and saxophone.
Examples:
Reed instrument. A young bud of reed. The reed in the wind instrument needs to be replaced.
Desert.
Arid land with little or no vegetation, often covered with sand or rocks.
Examples:
Desert basin. Oasis in the desert. This region is predominantly desert.
Branch.
A division of a tree or woody shrub that grows out from the trunk or a main stem, a division of some larger or more complex organization.
Examples:
Branch office. A branch pipe. The branch of the tree had fallen and blocked the road.
Equip.
To provide a person or a place with the things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity.
Examples:
Equip an army. Equip our children with some special skills. The construction company equipped the building with an earthquake-resistant device.
Giant.
Extremely big, much bigger or more important than similar items usually are.
Examples:
Giant trees. Giant tech company. The giant jets that gradually dominate the world's airlines.
Leap.
To jump or spring into the air, often with the feet leaving the ground or a surface below, to move quickly or suddenly, often forward or upward.
Examples:
Leap to a conclusion. Leap of faith. The athlete was able to leap over the hurdle with ease.
Grab.
To take hold of something or someone suddenly with a hand, especially in a violent way.
Examples:
Grab an audience. Grab an opportunity. Shall we grab a bite to eat?
Catching.
Attracting attention or interest, likely to be noticed or remembered, appealing or compelling.
Examples:
Catching fire. Catching disease. The catching scent of freshly baked bread made my mouth water.
Trapeze.
A horizontal bar or rope that is suspended from 2 points, used by acrobats and circus performers to perform aerial feats and acrobatics.
Examples:
Trapeze artist. Do the flying trapeze. The daring trapeze act left the audience gasping in amazement.
Bark.
The hard outer layer of a tree, a sound made by dogs or some other animals.
Examples:
Trees with rough bark. Bark at the moon. He removed the bark from the tree.
Wasp.
A flying insect with a narrow waist and a sting, typically feeding on nectar and known for its aggressive behavior towards other insects and animals.
Examples:
Wasp nest. Wasp sting. A giant wasp flew into the room, and everyone panicked.
Nest.
A structure in which animals lay their eggs or give birth to their young.
Examples:
Bird's nest. A nest of thieves. The female birds build a nest and lay their eggs in May.
Sting.
To cause a sharp, painful sensation or injury with a poison, venom, or other substance or by a physical action, such as a bite or prick.
Examples:
Sting me on the arm. Sting his face. Bees sting as a defense mechanism when they feel threatened.
Dimension.
A measurable extent of a particular kind, such as width, height, or length.
Examples:
New dimension. The crosswise dimension. Overall dimensions are approximately 400 by 200 millimeters.
Labyrinth.
A complicated network of paths or passages, often with twists and turns, making it difficult to find one's way out.
Examples:
A labyrinth of relationships. Labyrinthine pathways. It was easy to get lost in the labyrinth of narrow alleyways in the old city.
Topic.
A subject that is being discussed or written about.
Examples:
A serious topic. The topic of the book. The topic of the discussion was the current state of the economy.
Emergence.
The process or fact of coming into existence or becoming apparent.
Examples:
Emergence as a national leader. Re-emergence of rampant inflation. The emergence of a new virus can cause concern for public health.
Infectious.
Able to be passed quickly from one person, animal, or plant to another, especially through air or water.
Examples:
An infectious fever. Person's smile is infectious. Leprosy is an indolent infectious disease.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Ecosystem.
All the plants and living creatures in an area and the way they affect each other and the environment.
Examples:
Marine ecosystem. Change the ecosystem. Human conservation efforts often fail unexpectedly because they disturb the balance of the ecosystem.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Adore.
To have a deep love and admiration for someone or something. To regard with great affection and reverence.
Examples:
Truly adore him. Adore the way she styles her hair. Children seem to adore chocolate ice cream no matter where they're from.
Arbor.
A shady place or a shelter formed by trees, vines, or climbing plants. A lattice framework or trellis that supports climbing plants. A seating area or shelter made of woven branches or vines. Of medicine, also arbor vitae, the white matter of the cerebellum in the brain.
Examples:
Grape arbor. Arbor vitae. The wooden bench beneath the arbor was a peaceful place to read a book.
Technique.
A particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples:
A technique in martial arts. The technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Crown.
A circular ornamental headdress, worn as a symbol of authority by a king, usually made of gold and precious stones.
Examples:
The imperial crown. The crown and throne. The bishop bestowed the golden crown on the king.
Adept.
Having or showing knowledge and skill and aptitude to do something quite difficult.
Examples:
Adept at fishing. Adept in handicrafts. She is highly adept with medical equipment.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Ontogeny.
The development and growth process of an individual organism from conception to maturity, encompassing changes in its structure, form, and function.
Examples:
Embryonic ontogeny. Neural ontogeny. The ontogeny process in amphibians is marked by distinct stages, from egg to tadpole to adult.
Recapitulate.
To summarize or repeat the main points of something.
Examples:
Recapitulate briefly. Recapitulate a speech. He recapitulated the main points of the meeting for those who had not been able to attend.
Phylogenetics.
The study of the evolutionary relationships and history of organisms based on comparisons of their genetic sequences and other biological characteristics.
Examples:
Biogeographical phylogenetics. Phylogenetics tree. Her research focuses on molecular phylogenetics, which uses gene sequences to study evolutionary relationships.
Primate.
Any mammal of the order primates, which includes monkeys, apes, and humans.
Examples:
Primate species. Primate sanctuary. Many scientists study primate behavior and intelligence.
Arboreal.
Relating to or living in trees, characterized by the presence of trees.
Examples:
Arboreal lifestyle. Arboreal habitat. The spider monkey is an arboreal primate found in Central and South America.
Scared.
Afraid or frightened.
Examples:
Scared all the time. Scared dog. I'm scared of insects.
Overnight.
Lasting for or occurring during one night, occurring or changing extremely quickly or suddenly, happening or being achieved in a short amount of time.
Examples:
Overnight parking. Overnight success. The overnight package delivery arrived at my door this morning.
Squirrel.
A small to medium-sized rodent with a bushy tail, found in almost every part of the world.
Examples:
agile squirrel, gray squirrel. The squirrels in the park were very friendly and came right up to us looking for food.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
recognize talent, recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Advance.
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
advance the technology, advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
a writ of summons, issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Fir.
A type of tall evergreen tree that is native to the northern hemisphere, with needle-like leaves and cones that stand upright on the branches.
Examples:
fir branch, fir forest. The smell of fresh fir trees filled the air at the Christmas tree farm.
Arrow.
A thin, pointed projectile designed to be shot from a bow, a symbol or pointer that is shaped like an arrow.
Examples:
arrow pointing, arrow diagram. The archer aimed his arrow carefully at the target.
Trail.
A path or track roughly through a countryside, mountain, or forest area, often made or used for a particular purpose. Verb, to lag or linger behind.
Examples:
a warm trail, follow the trail. The storm left a trail of destruction behind it.
Ascend.
To go or move upward, to become king or queen, to inherit something, such as a power.
Examples:
ascend the ladder, ascend to power. The plane began to ascend into the sky.
Drag.
To pull or haul with force.
Examples:
drag a chair over, drag a team down. He dragged the heavy suitcase behind him as he walked.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
a southern exposure, the exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Layer.
A sheet, quantity, or thickness of the material, typically one of several, covering a surface or body, a level or part within a system or set of ideas.
Examples:
Layer cake. Layer of paint. The layer of frost on the ground was so thick it was difficult to walk on.
Sight.
The ability to see anything that is seen.
Examples:
An unexpected sight. Dull sight. Many famous sights are within walking distance.
Fern.
A non-flowering plant with long, feathery fronds that reproduce by spores rather than seeds.
Examples:
Fern leaves. Tropical ferns. The garden was filled with various plants, including a beautiful maidenhair fern.
Soil.
The top layer of earth in which plants grow.
Examples:
Soils retentive of moisture. Parched soil. Soil moisture is another significant component controlling soil respiration.
Populate.
To inhabit or occupy a particular area, region, or environment with a certain number or type of people, animals, or plants, to fill out or complete a form, document, or database with relevant information.
Examples:
Populate the countryside. Populate the spreadsheet. Deer, squirrels, and birds primarily populate the forest.
Epiphyte.
A plant that grows harmlessly on another plant, usually a tree or a shrub, but derives its nutrients and water from the air or rain.
Examples:
Epiphyte species. Forest epiphyte. The botanical garden opened a new tropical epiphyte gallery, showcasing some of the most beautiful air plants and orchids.
Bush.
A plant growing thickly, with many small branches and several stiff stems coming up from the root.
Examples:
Trees and bushes. A bush of hair. I am going to trim this bush off.
Moss.
A small, soft plant that grows in a low, compact layer, often on the ground or on rocks.
Examples:
Green moss. Moss garden. Moss grows in damp, shaded areas and is often found on the forest floor.
Lichen.
A composite organism consisting of a symbiotic relationship between a fungus and an alga or cyanobacterium.
Examples:
Lichen fungus. Lichen families. The lichen on the old tree bark was thick and lush, a sign of a healthy ecosystem.
Plaster.
A substance made of lime that becomes hard as it dries and is used for the protective or decorative coating of walls and ceilings, and for molding and casting decorative elements.
Examples:
Daub the ceiling with plaster. Cracks in the plaster. Patience is the plaster of all sores.
Worm.
A long, thin creature with a soft and long cylindrical tube-like body, no limbs, and a lack of eyes.
Examples:
Wiggly worms. Can of worms. Worms help dispose of the food waste produced by humans.
Scuba.
An acronym for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, a device used for underwater diving.
Examples:
Scuba diving class. Scuba gear. The scuba divers explored the coral reefs to learn more about the ecosystem.
Dive.
To jump into the water with your head and arms going in first, or to move down to a deeper level underwater.
Examples:
Dive into anime communities. Dive off a cliff. The sperm whale can dive to 1,000 meters.
Coral.
A rock-like substance created in the sea by groupings of specific types of small animals, commonly used in jewelry.
Examples:
Coral island. Coral ornament. She is wearing a coral necklace.
Reef.
A long chain or range of rocks or sand near the ocean's surface.
Examples:
Barrier reef. Coral reefs. The vessel ran aground on a reef.
Downward.
Moving towards a lower position or a lower level.
Examples:
A downward slope. Maintain downward compatibility. The stock market has been in a downward trend for the past month.
Flare.
To burn brightly with a sudden, intense burst of flame or light. Noun, a sudden and brief burst of bright flame or light, a sudden and intense burst of radiation from the sun's surface.
Examples:
Flare up into a major crisis. The flare of a match. The sun flared and caused a sudden brightening in the sky.
Platform.
The raised flat space close to the track at a train station where passengers get on or off the train. Technology, a computational or digital environment in which a piece of software is executed.
Examples:
An arrival platform. A digital platform for enterprise. The speaker mounted the platform and started to speak.
Limb.
An arm and leg of a person or animal.
Examples:
A prosthetic limb. Limb amputation. You should wrap the bandage carefully and firmly around the injured limb.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Thicket.
A dense group of trees, shrubs, or other plants, often forming an impenetrable barrier, a tangle or cluster of something that obstructs or impedes progress or movement.
Examples:
Dense thicket. Thicket of bushes. The hikers had to cut through the thicket to descend the mountain.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Propensity.
A natural inclination, preference, or tendency toward a particular activity, behavior, or opinion.
Examples:
Propensity for violence. Propensity to procrastinate. His propensity for lying caused him to lose many friends.
Reiterate.
To repeat something, typically for emphasis or clarity, to say or do something again and again.
Examples:
Reiterate a point. Reiterate their commitment. I need to reiterate the importance of submitting your report by the deadline.
Fractal.
A complex geometric pattern or shape that repeats itself on smaller and smaller scales, often occurring in nature or mathematical equations.
Examples:
Fractal pattern. Fractal art. The coastline of Norway is one of the most famous examples of fractal geometry in nature.
Buttress.
An architectural structure that supports or reinforces a wall or other building feature. Verb, to support or reinforce something.
Examples:
Reinforce with a buttress. Buttress your thesis. Massive buttresses supported the ancient castle.
Halfway.
In or at a point midway or an equal distance between 2 points.
Examples:
Halfway through my journey. Halfway decent job. The famous restaurant stands halfway up the hill.
Trunk.
The main stem or body of a tree which its branches grow.
Examples:
The trunk of the tree. The trunk of the body. Destructive fungi thrive in moist environments, such as those seen in wounds on the trunk.
Meter.
A device used to measure the amount of a particular substance or attribute, such as length, volume, or time. Prosody, the accent in a metrical foot of verse.
Examples:
A gas meter. Poetic meter. The meter on the wall showed that the room was 3 meters long.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Hierarchy.
A system in which people or things are organized into different levels of importance, from highest to lowest.
Examples:
Top of the hierarchy. Hierarchy of folders. She has taken a step up in the organizational hierarchy.
Schematic.
Relating to or in the form of a scheme or diagram, showing the structure or organization of something.
Examples:
Schematic model. Simplified schematic. The engineer used a schematic diagram to plan out the wiring for the new building.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Elaborate.
Containing a lot of carefully prepared and organized or many complicated and detailed parts.
Examples:
An elaborate hat. Elaborate Ponzi scheme. He proposed an elaborate program of public works.
Ventral.
Relating to or situated on or toward the belly or underside of an animal or organ, opposite of dorsal.
Examples:
Ventral fin. Ventral hernia. The ventral side of the fish was beautifully colored.
Insert.
To put something inside something else.
Examples:
Insert coin. Insert a graphic. She inserted a new chapter into her manuscript.
Synthetic.
Made by combining chemical substances as opposed to being naturally occurring.
Examples:
Synthetic fiber. Synthetic fertilizer. Synthetic diamonds play an essential role as machine tool blades.
Chromosome.
A long and string-like DNA molecule containing the part or all of the genetic material of an organism that controls what an animal or plant is like.
Examples:
A sex chromosome. The end of chromosome. Human females normally have 2 X chromosomes.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Hallucinate.
To experience a seemingly real perception of something that does not actually exist, usually as a result of a mental illness or drug use.
Examples:
Start to hallucinate. Hallucinate with drug. Sleep-deprived people gradually lose their concentration and may hallucinate.
Drawing.
The act of making a picture with a pencil, pen, or other instruments on paper, cardboard, or other material.
Examples:
Technical drawing. Drawing for design. She is talented at drawing and has won several awards for her artwork.
Millennium.
A span of 1,000 years, or the 1,000th anniversary, plural, millennia.
Examples:
Past millennium. Millennium bottle of wine. Our world is in the third millennium.
Portion.
One component of a larger entity.
Examples:
The inner portion of the body. Large portion. The rocket's front portion falls off.
Expand.
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples:
Expand a lineup. Expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Fuse.
A small part in an electrical device or machinery that can interrupt the flow of electrical current when it is overloaded. Verb, to become plastic or fluid or liquefied from heat.
Examples:
Fuse blows. Fuse with one another. He has a short fuse.
Cathedral.
The main Christian church of a bishop's diocese, which is often the largest and most important church in the area.
Examples:
Cathedral school. Cathedral choir. The cathedral's stained glass windows depicted scenes from the Bible.
Strengthen.
To become stronger or more effective, to make someone or something stronger or more effective.
Examples:
Strengthen the immune system. Strengthen a border patrol. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
Patient in the hospital. Patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Moisture.
Small amounts of liquid, especially water, that are present in or absorbed by a substance.
Examples:
Moisture level. Lot of moisture. My hair looks greasy because there is too much moisture in the air.
Rot.
To decay, or cause something to decay, naturally and gradually.
Examples:
Begin to rot. Rot with age. Please refrigerate the meat, or it will rot.
Nutrient.
Any substance that is essential for the maintenance and growth of living things.
Examples:
Nutrient medicine. A nutrient for hair. They used fast-acting nutrients on the flowers in the flower beds.
Gangrene.
A condition in which body tissue dies due to a lack of blood supply, often resulting from injury, infection, or disease, typically characterized by discoloration, swelling, and a foul odor.
Examples:
Gangrene infection. Severe gangrene. Doctors were forced to amputate the infected limb to prevent the spread of gangrene.
Extract.
A short passage taken from a book, piece of music, etc., a substance obtained from something through a specific process. Verb, to obtain from something or to remove something by effort or force.
Examples:
A brief extract from the book. Botanical extract. Anesthetize the gum before extracting the teeth.
Copepod.
A small, planktonic crustacean that is a dominant part of the marine zooplankton and serves as a major food source for many aquatic organisms.
Examples:
Planktonic copepod. Marine copepod. The sudden drop in the copepod population could negatively affect the local marine food web.
Crustacean.
A type of arthropod, such as a crab, lobster, or shrimp, that has a hard outer shell or exoskeleton.
Examples:
Crustacean dish. Crustacean shell. A lobster is a type of crustacean found in the ocean.
Constituent.
One of the parts of the whole, a person represented by an elected official.
Examples:
Constituent assembly. The solid constituent of blood cells. Each constituent member of the council has the right to vote on important decisions.
Diet.
The food and drink that a person, animal, or community eats and drinks regularly, a legislative assembly in certain countries, for example, Japan.
Examples:
Eat a vegetarian diet. Diet approval. A balanced diet is more important for health than supplements.
Graze.
To feed on grass or other vegetation, especially by nibbling at it repeatedly, to break the skin of a body part by scraping.
Examples:
Turn cattle out to graze. Graze the left shoulder. The sheep graze on the green grass in the meadow.
Baleen.
Whalebone, or a flexible material made from keratin that is used by whales, and some other animals, to filter krill and other small organisms from seawater.
Examples:
Baleen bristles, baleen plates. The whale's baleen filters out small organisms for the animal to eat.
Whale.
A very large sea mammal that has a streamlined body and breathes through a blowhole on the head. A very large person, impressive in size or qualities.
Examples:
A bull whale, whale watching. Some countries have a culture of eating the flesh of a whale.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity, complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome, probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Magnify.
To make something look bigger than it really is, especially by looking at it through a lens. To make something bigger, stronger, or louder.
Examples:
Magnify the danger. Magnify the image for display. Terrorists often attempt to magnify the economic impact of their acts of destruction.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire. Hemlock. A poisonous plant with a characteristic odor, having white or purple flowers and finely divided leaves.
Examples:
Hemlock grove. Poison hemlock. Hemlock trees are often used as ornamental plants, but can be dangerous if ingested.
Woolly.
Covered with thick, soft, and often curly hair or fibers, lacking clarity or precision.
Examples:
Woolly lambs. Woolly hair. The sheep had a thick, woolly coat to keep it warm in the winter. Predator. An animal whose natural behavior is to prey on others. Examples: Apex predator. Sexual predators. The native South American animals were in danger because of the predator's arrival. Resistance. The act of defending oneself from an aggressor or refusing to accept something. Examples: Resistance movement. Resistance to insulin. The bill to increase the consumption tax had passed despite much resistance from the public. Invasive. Spreading very quickly, and often aggressively, and difficult to stop.
Examples:
invasive breast cancer, invasive species. The invasive disease can spread quickly and potentially cause a global pandemic.
Ebola.
A highly contagious and often fatal viral disease that causes severe fever and internal bleeding, primarily occurring in remote areas of Central and West Africa.
Examples:
Ebola epidemic, Ebola virus. The Ebola outbreak in West Africa caused widespread panic and fear.
Sweep.
To clean something, especially a floor or an area, by using a broom, move swiftly and smoothly.
Examples:
Sweep up dead leaves. Sweep a room with a glance. The politician tried to sweep the embarrassing incident under the rug.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Wipe.
To clean or dry something by rubbing with a piece of cloth or paper or one's hand and removing dirt, food, or liquid.
Examples:
Wipe off dirt. Wipe with water. Please wipe your sweat with this towel.
Extinction.
The complete disappearance of a species from the earth.
Examples:
Extinction prevention. Brink of extinction. The extinction of the dinosaurs is thought to have been caused by an asteroid impact.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Parasite.
An organism that lives on or in another organism and benefits by deriving nutrients at the other's expense.
Examples:
Blood-sucking parasite. Parasite disease. Tapeworms are parasites that live in the intestines of humans and animals.
Mere.
Used to emphasize how insignificant or minor someone or something is.
Examples:
Mere acquaintance. Mere incident. He lost the election by mere votes.
Substrate.
A substance or layer from which an organism grows and lives, and by which an organism is supported. A substance on which an enzyme or ferment act.
Examples:
A silicon substrate. Substrate cell. Computational simulations help determine which substrate molecule is susceptible to change by specific enzymes.
Aerial.
A type of acrobatics or gymnastics performed while suspended from hanging fabric or rings. A pass or shot in sports, particularly in soccer or volleyball, that is made while the player is in the air.
Examples:
Aerial antenna, aerial photography. The aerial view from the airplane showed the beautiful landscape below.
Heartbreak.
A feeling of great sadness or disappointment.
Examples:
Ease her heartbreak. Go through heartbreak. They had experienced the heartbreak of losing 2 children due to premature births.
Conceive.
To have or develop an idea, a plan, etc. in mind, to become pregnant.
Examples:
Conceive of an idea. Conceive a child. I can't conceive he'd want to harm us.
Devastation.
The act of causing great destruction or damage, often on a large scale.
Examples:
Financial devastation. Devastation to life. The economic recession caused devastation in the housing market, with many people losing their homes.
Flickering.
Shining or flashing in an unsteady or irregular way, fluctuating or wavering, often with regards to light or flame.
Examples:
Flickering flames. Flickering hope. The flickering candlelight added a cozy ambience to the room.
Transitory.
Lasting for only a short period of time, temporary or ephemeral, passing or fleeting in nature, not permanent or enduring.
Examples:
Transitory phase. Transitory nature. The beauty of cherry blossoms is transitory, as they only bloom for a short period each year.
Brevity.
The quality of using only a few words or lasting only a short time.
Examples:
For the sake of brevity. Brevity of life. Unnecessary information has been omitted for brevity.
Necessity.
The state or fact of being needed, anything indispensable.
Examples:
In great necessity. The necessity of the concrete measure. He emphasized the necessity of immediate action.
Differ.
To be not like someone or something in some way.
Examples:
Differ from the majority. Differ according to species. The 2 products differed in their quality and price.
Boundless.
Having no limits, limitless.
Examples:
Boundless imagination. Boundless energy. The boundless ocean stretched before them as far as the eye could see.
Curiosity.
A strong desire to know or learn about something.
Examples:
Boundless curiosity. Satisfy my intellectual curiosity. We are motivated by curiosity rather than necessity.
Restless.
Unwilling or unable to stay still or relax because you are worried and uneasy.
Examples:
A restless person. Restless waves. He felt restless and constantly changed his postures.
Inquisitive.
Having the desire to inquire, investigate, or learn.
Examples:
Inquisitive mind. Inquisitive personality. The inquisitive child always asked questions and wanted to know more.
Suit.
A set of clothes that are made from the same material, a claim or complaint that a person or organization can file in court against another party. Verb, to be fit or acceptable for.
Examples:
Suit and tie restaurant. Suit at law. 6 suits are awaiting trial or verdict.
Existence.
The state or fact of someone or something existing.
Examples:
The biggest tree in existence. The struggle for existence. He was an atheist and therefore did not believe in the existence of heaven or hell.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event. The act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Spot.
A particular location or place, a small round or roundish area, differing in color or feels from the surface around it.
Examples:
Beauty spot. A spot on his honor. This remote spot is rarely visited.
Ant.
A very small insect that lives under the ground or in a mound in highly organized groups.
Examples:
A white ant. Ant bite. We can find many large ant mounds in this area.
Endemic.
Of a disease or other problem, regularly found among particular people or in a certain area.
Examples:
Endemic disease. Cholera endemic area. Malaria is endemic in many tropical countries.
Subsequent.
Happening or occurring later or after something else. Reduce subsequent mortality. In the subsequent meeting, the team discussed ways to improve productivity.
Specimen.
An individual example or sample of something, typically used to represent a larger group or category.
Examples:
Specimen collection. Botanical specimen. The biology teacher showed the students a frog specimen so they could examine its anatomy.
Celebrity.
Someone who is well known, particularly in the entertainment industry.
Examples:
Baseball celebrity. Celebrity known worldwide. The popularity of the show made her an instant celebrity.
Gossip.
Conversation or discussion about other people's personal affairs, often of a trivial or idle nature involving sharing rumors, hearsay, or speculation about the lives of others.
Examples:
Gossip magazine. Celebrity gossip. I heard some juicy gossip about our coworker at the water cooler.
Tragic.
Causing great sadness or suffering, very unfortunate.
Examples:
Tragic love stories. Tragic death. The tragic events of the war left many families torn apart.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Fragile.
Delicate or easily broken or damaged.
Examples:
Politically fragile nation. Fragile ecosystem. The vase was made of fragile ceramic and easily broke when it was dropped.
Emerging.
Starting to exist, mature, or become well known.
Examples:
Emerging country. Emerging technologies. Emerging technologies have dramatically improved productivity in various industries.
Facet.
One of the many aspects or sides of a subject or situation, especially when seen from different angles or perspectives, a particular feature or characteristic of something.
Examples:
Facet to a question. Important facet. The different facets of his personality make him a complex individual.
Invasion.
Armies act of forcibly entering another country or territory to take control of it.
Examples:
The Turkish invasion. Home invasion. An invasion would most probably result in a political catastrophe.
Inadvertently.
Unintentionally, accidentally, without purpose or deliberate intent.
Examples:
Inadvertently deleted. Inadvertently omitted. I inadvertently left my phone at home this morning and felt lost.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Biosphere.
The part of the earth and its atmosphere in which living organisms exist, including plants, animals, and microorganisms.
Examples:
Terrestrial biosphere. Artificial biosphere. The balance of the biosphere is crucial for the survival of species.
Palace.
The residence of a high-ranking official, such as a king, queen, etc.
Examples:
A palace garden. Ancestral palace. The imperial palace is currently undergoing reforms.
Continent.
One of the Earth's large landmasses. Adjective, abstaining from your feelings, especially your desire to have sex.
Examples:
The inland of a continent. Continent urinary diversion. Flight across the continent was a daring adventure in its day.
Fling.
To throw or push something or someone with force or recklessness, especially because you are angry.
Examples:
Fling a stream of abuse. Fling a door open forcefully. He was provoked to fling the draft on the floor.